Hello, we're going to show you animals that will make your eyebrows go up in surprise. Ready to meet the real stars of the mutation who decided that being normal is such an idea? Kraken. First up on our maritime mystery tour is none other than the kraken. Picture this. You're sailing the high seas, the wind's in your hair, and then wham! Tentacles the size of towers wrap around your ship. Scary, right? But let's not get all tangled up in fear just yet. Let's explore who this legendary leviathan really is. Originating from the frosty fjords of Norway and Greenland, the kraken is like the superstar of sea monsters. Think of it as the ocean's own celebrity terror. Sailors' tales describe it as a massive creature, with tentacles so long they could give an octopus a complex. And its favorite pastime? Playing ship yo-yo with unsuspecting vessels. Now you might be thinking, is this just a fisherman's tall tale? Well, consider this. The ocean is vast and full of mysteries. We've explored more of outer space than we have of our own ocean depths. So who's to say there isn't a kraken-like creature having a splashy good time down there? Throughout history, the kraken has been blamed for missing ships and unexplained maritime mishaps. But let's be real, navigating the high seas back then was no cruise vacation. However, the kraken isn't just about doom and gloom. In some tales, it's said to create whirlpools that are more like underwater merry-go-rounds. Whee! So next time you're by the ocean, keep an eye out for those legendary tentacles. Or better yet, just enjoy the beach and leave the sea monsters spotting to the professionals, aka imaginative sailors and enthusiastic myth hunters like us. The wendigo. Our guide today? None other than the wendigo, a creature that's more chill-inducing than a polar vortex. Imagine walking through the woods and you hear a crunch that's not just the snow underfoot. That, my friends, could be the wendigo, the legendary fright of the Algonquian peoples. This creature isn't your average forest dweller. It's not out there bird-watching or leaf collecting. It's the embodiment of gluttony, greed, and the worst kind of winter blues. Now, the wendigo is no small fry. This creature is said to grow with every bite it takes. Talk about a never-ending growth spurt. And it's not feasting on berries or nuts. This guy's got a taste for the taboo. Yep, we're talking about a little cannibalistic craving that would make even a zombie raise an eyebrow. But don't think the wendigo's all doom and gloom. In some tales, it's a cautionary figure, a grim reminder to keep our appetites in check and not to indulge in, well, each other. It's like the universe's most terrifying nutritionist, emphasizing moderation with a side of terror. So how do you avoid an encounter with this fearsome gourmet? Well, staying out of the forests might help. But where's the fun in that? Just keep your snacks to yourself, respect nature, and maybe, just maybe, the wendigo will stick to its own bizarre diet plan. The banshee. The banshee, with her flowing hair and ethereal wardrobe, isn't your typical ghostly gal. She's not here to rattle chains or flicker lights. No, she's all about the vocal performance, delivering wails so moving they could make a statue cry. But beware, her serenade is one you'd rather skip, as it's said to herald the approach of Mr. Grim Reaper himself. Now you might be thinking, why all the fuss about a little night music? Well, in Irish lore, the banshee's wail is not just a spooky soundtrack. It's a prelude to a family member's curtain call. Think of her as the supernatural version of a very ominous weather forecast, predicting a storm of sorrow. But let's not be too harsh on our spectral soprano. In some stories, the banshee is not just a harbinger of doom, but also a protector of the family. Her cry is a poignant reminder of the ties that bind, even beyond death. It's kind of sweet in a please stop crying kind of way. So how do you coexist with this mournful muse? Well, appreciating her vocal artistry from a distance might be wise. And if you do hear her lament, don't panic. Maybe she's just rehearsing for the afterlife's Got Talent. La Llorona. La Llorona, or the Weeping Woman, has been sending shivers down spines for centuries. Legend has it she wanders near water, dressed in white, crying for her children whom she tragically lost. But don't let her sorrow fool you. This ghostly mama has a wail that could curdle milk. So why is she crying, you ask? Well, according to legend, La Llorona is not just weeping over spilled milk, or in this case, water. She's searching for her children, hoping to find them in the afterlife, or maybe she's just trying to lure in some unsuspecting souls. Talk about a clingy parent, huh? Now, if you hear a sobbing sound while strolling by a river at night, our advice, don't go offering a tissue. La Llorona isn't looking for a shoulder to cry on. She's a reminder that some mistakes carry a heavy burden, one that echoes through folklore like a never-ending echo in a lonely canyon. But let's not be too hard on her. After all, La Llorona is more than just a spectral cautionary tale. She's a cultural icon, a story passed down through generations, teaching lessons about responsibility, regret, and the power of a mother's love, albeit a slightly terrifying version of it. So next time you hear a distant weeping by the water, remember La Llorona. She's not just a ghostly figure, she's a tale of love, loss, and the lengths to which sorrow can haunt us. Plus, she's a great reminder to keep your kids close and your ears plugged. That's the scoop on La Llorona, folks. Stick around as we shift from ghostly wails to blood-curdling howls in our next story, where we tackle the legend of the chupacabra. It's going to be a hair-raising ride. Until then, keep your wits about you and your life jackets handy. You never know when you might need to make a quick getaway from a riverside rendezvous with folklore. Dere the chupacabra. Buckle up, cryptozoology fans. We're on a hunt for a creature that's as elusive as a good Wi-Fi signal in the middle of nowhere. Say hola to the chupacabra, the legendary critter known for its, let's call it, unique dietary preferences. Originating from Puerto Rico in the 1990s, the chupacabra quickly became the A-lister of the cryptid world. Its name literally means goat sucker in Spanish. And no, it's not because it has a penchant for lattes with goat milk. This little beastie is said to have a taste for the blood of livestock. Descriptions of the chupacabra vary, from a reptile-like creature with spikes running down its back to a strange, hairless dog with fangs and claws. So which is it? The world may never know, but one thing's for sure, this critter wouldn't win any beauty contests. Now, why all the fuss about a creature that might just be the world's ugliest misunderstood pet? Well, the chupacabra taps into our love for a good mystery. It's a modern-day monster tale that's part sci-fi, part detective story, and all parts, what the heck? Despite numerous sightings, the chupacabra remains as elusive as a coherent plot in a reality TV show. Scientists say it's likely just a case of mistaken identity or sick animals being, well, sick. But that hasn't stopped the chupacabra from capturing the imagination of millions. So the next time you're out at night and hear something rustling in the bushes, don't panic. It's probably just the wind, or a raccoon. But if it's the chupacabra, well, let's just hope it's had its dinner already. The nian, gather around, folklore fans. Today we're jet-setting to China to unwrap the tale of the nian, a creature that's more into gate-crashing New Year's parties than popping firecrackers. Forget about dragons and phoenixes. The nian is the real mythological VIP of Chinese folklore. So what's the deal with the nian? This beast is not your garden-variety mythical creature. It's got a lion's head, a bull's body, and apparently an appetite for decor because it loves to munch on village decorations. And villagers too, if they're not careful. But here's where it gets interesting. The nian is scared of three things: loud noises, the color red, and good old fire. Sounds like someone's not ready for the rave scene, right? That's why, during Chinese New Year, you'll see red decorations, lanterns, and hear plenty of fireworks and crackers. Now you might think, is this beastie just a party pooper? Well, not exactly. The nian is more than a mythological bully, it's a symbol. It represents overcoming obstacles, banishing evil, and welcoming good vibes. Pretty deep for a creature that's afraid of a color. So while the nian might not be the cuddliest creature in the folklore family, it plays a crucial role in Chinese New Year celebrations. It's a reminder that even the scariest beasts can be outsmarted with a bit of wisdom, courage, and yes, a hefty supply of firecrackers. The yahu. Forget kangaroos and koalas. We're here to meet Australia's lesser-known resident, the yahu. And no, it's not the latest yoga chant. It's a creature that redefines hanging out. This little guy is more than just a mouthful to say. The yahu is a pint-sized vampire-like creature from Aboriginal folklore. But don't expect the usual Dracula getup. This creature prefers the casual look, hanging out in fig trees waiting for an impromptu lunch to walk by. So what's on the menu? Not blood, per se, but the life force of any unsuspecting traveler. The yaray, who isn't in a rush, though. It prefers to play with its food, draining a bit of energy, then waiting, like a true Epicurean, savoring every bite. But here's where it gets even weirder. If you're caught by the yaray, don't fret. Stay calm, and whatever you do, don't fall asleep. This creature's like that one friend who can't handle their juice. They'll likely nap post-snack, giving you a chance to escape. And here's a pro tip. If you ever find yourself in a yahu's company, just lay back and think of figs? That's right. Indulge in the creature's favorite fruit, and you might just end up being more buddy than buffet. So there you have it, the yahu, a creature that blends the bizarre with the bucolic. It's a reminder that not all monsters are out to get you. Some just want to share a fig and maybe a little life force. Just another day in Australia, right? The Jersey Devil. Legend has it, this creature with the head of a goat, wings of a bat, and legs like a kangaroo, talk about a mixed-up zoo, has been causing quite the stir for over 250 years. That's right, the Jersey Devil isn't some modern-day tabloid star. It's got historical street cred. Born from the depths of folklore and possibly a very imaginative mind, this creature supposedly cursed by a local woman roams the vast pine barrens. Its eerie shriek is said to chill the blood of all who hear it. But don't let that spook you. There's a good chance it's just New Jersey's unique way of saying hello. Over the years, the Jersey Devil has become more than a mere monster. It's a cultural icon, a tourist attraction, and perhaps an unofficial state bird. Sorry, American goldfinch. Whether it's a misunderstood creature just looking for a little love or a spectral figure from the annals of folklore, one thing's for sure. It knows how to keep a legend alive. So how do you handle a run-in with this winged wonder? Well, you could try to snap a picture. Good luck with that. Or maybe just enjoy the mystique of the Pine Barrens, where every rustle and howl adds to the lore of this legendary devil. Baba Yaga, our final legendary host? Baba Yaga, the not-so-typical grandmother lurking in the heart of the dark forest. She's no cookie baker, unless you count cookies with a pinch of peculiar ingredients. Yes, Baba Yaga's residence isn't your standard cottage. It's a hut on chicken legs. Why? Because in the realm of myths, why not? This abode does pirouettes better than a prima ballerina, making it the original mobile home. Knock on its door and you might get answers, or you might just become dinner. It's a bit of a gamble, really. But Baba Yaga isn't all about the scare factor. She's a complex character, part mentor, part tormentor. Need a quest completed or wisdom dispensed? She's your go-to gal. Just be prepared to pay a peculiar price. Maybe she'll ask for a bottle of moonbeam or the sound of a cat's footfall. You know, typical witch grocery list stuff. Our dear Baba Yaga is a testament to the power of folklore to keep us on our toes. She's a reminder that not all witches live in gingerbread houses or fly on broomsticks. Some prefer a more eclectic mode of transportation. So if you ever find yourself in a Slavic forest and stumble upon a chicken-legged hut, maybe just send a postcard instead of knocking. Unless you're in the mood for a life-changing, albeit slightly hazardous, adventure that wraps up our whirlwind tour of 9 super scary mythical creatures of generations. From the depths of the ocean to a hut in the forest, these tales remind us of the rich tapestry of human imagination and the enduring allure of a good spooky story.